Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. It is Wednesday, September the 10th, and I'm going to jump right into it. So today we're going to talk about last night's Pittsfield City Council meeting, which was last night being Tuesday, September the 9th. So this was one that I was looking forward to. Many people were. It was the mayor's camping ban ordinance proposal that the city council hasn't been able to figure out for the past 6 months. So it looks like it's being kicked down the road some more. So last night they referred it to the health department. When Andy Canby from the health department was asked, could they come back with enough information by October 28th? He said, we'll have something, but I can't say if we'll have this or that. So basically, they're going to kick this past Election Day. It's evident that's what's going on. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about anymore. When the mayor got up and spoke and said he doesn't care if this ordinance ever sees the light of day as long as there's a solution. Solution to what? I don't know. But when Mayor Marchetti said that, I went, then what in the hell are we even doing here? The damage and disruption this has caused, and we're honestly just going by the old school, throwing shit to the wall to see what will stick? Is that really what's happening here? Because something this serious, if you're putting an ordinance forward, I'm sure you have vetted it, you've worked out the kinks, before you even put it forward. I get that there's bargaining tools, but now does anyone even know what we're doing? And it doesn't sound like the mayor's even sold on this. Because here's the deal. There isn't big encampments all over the place. There isn't homeless encampments that have taken over our city. The problem that is really at the heart of this is what is happening on North Street. There's the problem. The camping ban ordinance, I don't know what the hell it has to do with any of this, really. It doesn't make sense. Throw it out, because what has the camping ban ordinance done? It has disrupted the community. It got business owners attacked verbally, had businesses vandalized, windows busted out, employees that were threatened, people in homelessness that said that they were attacked and their belongings were stolen and thrown away. And all sorts of crazy stuff. It caused business owners that spoke up in support of the camping ban ordinance, thinking they were backing the mayor for a solution. And then they started being called fascists and Nazis and racists. And then another business owner who at the time was on the board of directors for Downtown Pittsfield, Inc., called for a boycott of other businesses downtown. This whole thing turned into a shit show. For what reason? For what reason? To continue to kick this down the road? Because Andy Canby from the Board of Health said, well, they got to have discussions discussing these things so they can have another committee to discuss and have discussions about what they discussed in the other discussions. So once those discussions are complete, like Councilor Alyssa Costa said, they can discuss it. And then they can form a subcommittee to have a discussion about the discussions and discuss further what they will be discussing at the next discussion so they can discuss that. And she just wants everyone to be under the understanding that this just doesn't happen like that. We have discussions to do, and we'll discuss those discussions when we're done discussing them, and then we'll have a discussion with you about it. That's what the whole freaking meeting sounded like. Throw the thing out. Get rid of it. Put a freaking foot patrol downtown. Find a way to do it. The number one deterrent to crime and inappropriate activity is a police presence. There you go. Not just having police responding to a crime, have a foot patrol. And I've asked this question over and over, and I've been told we don't have the resources, we don't have the staff, we don't have this, we don't have that. How come we have the same amount of officers when I was a young punk in Pittsfield, but when I was a teenager, we had the same amount of officers, basically, within a handful, maybe different, 4 or 5, but basically the same amount. We had about 48,000 people when I was a teenager. So about 5 to 6,000 more, somewhere in that range. 5 to 6,000 more people. tons of activity on North Street. There was always a foot patrol every shift. And when we would hang out certain nights, if it was when I got into my teens, when we were hanging out in the parking lot at Tailored Sound, which shows my age, cops would come in. All right, guys, move along. Can't be here. Keep it moving. And what would we do? We wouldn't call them fascists and murderers. We would move along. And what would they do? They wouldn't shoot us or call us names and say F you we were on an understanding. They had a job to do. We kind of knew we shouldn't be hanging out there. Here they come. Let's go somewhere else. And that's what we would do, because North Street was about business. If you take out loans and you do all the things that is for a small business, to open a small business, the risk, some people, they back it with their house. They take out business loans, they apply for grants, they put everything, they sell what they have to come up with capital to make it work, and they invest in opening a small business. It's hard enough to do that. Those first 2 years are hard enough to survive, especially in an economy like we have here. I hate to say that, but we're a poor community now. That's a whole nother discussion. But anyway, the fact that they can't have the basic necessity of a safe area for people to come in and out of their business. And and when I say safe, I just mean to make it inviting to guests, to visitors. This is our downtown. This is the heart of things. Welcome to Pittsfield. And some of the things that are happening up there, I don't care who's doing them. Who knows who's doing them? I don't know if it's a person who doesn't have a place to live or if it's a person that lives in a mansion. What does any of that matter? You can't shit out in public. You can't. I don't care how bad you have to go. You can't just drop your pants and shit on the sidewalk. You should get in trouble for that. You can't steal. You can't shoplift. You shouldn't be able to loiter in certain areas if it is a deterrent to people coming in and spending their money. Growing our tax base is important. Who do you think funds all our local organizations? When people are looking for donations for sports teams, for this, for that, for families struggling with health crises and all sorts of things, our business owners step up time and time and time again. And you got to step up for them. It's, the answer is foot patrol. If we could have had it then, I don't understand why we can't have it now. And find a way. And if the PPD, absolutely, there ain't no way in hell you can get a foot patrol on each shift now, then who do we talk to? Can we talk to the sheriff's department? Can we talk to the state police? Can we talk to the DA's office? Is there a way to make this happen? Because again, the number one deterrent to crime is a police presence. Why wait for this shit to happen? Why allow it to keep happening if the cops are going to have to respond anyways? Put a freaking foot patrol on North Street and take this stupid camping ban and throw it away. It's dumb at this point. We're just kicking it down the road even further, and this whole thing caused so much disruption in the community. I would be pissed if I was a business owner. Some of the business owners that were called all these names and put through all this, for what? For what? For an ordinance that the mayor says he doesn't even care if it sees the light of day as long as we can come up with solutions. What solutions for what? Are you trying to solve homelessness? That ain't going to happen. We're not going to solve the problem. The problem is we got to clean up downtown. It's pretty simple. Foot patrol. I guarantee that works, and it ain't going to solve every problem, but I guarantee they say it will reduce crime instantly by 85%, a police presence. There's stats on this. And I know they vary from community to community and city to city, but there you go. And if we can't have that, then I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but the camping ban, get rid of it. So if you hadn't seen that meeting, there you go. It was a meeting where the people, you know who won in that? The people in the audience that showed up to all these, they scolded, lectured, called names, and got their way. They got their way. They even held a meeting. They invited city councilors, and they got their way. They basically lobbied. They used collective bargaining and lobbied our city council. They worked together as a group, and they came out on top. I don't care what you do. Form a group. If you're a restaurant owner, form a restaurant owners. If you're a bar owner, form a bar owners. If you're a landlord, form a landlord. And you can call yourself Restaurants for Freedom or whatever you want to call yourself, and hold meetings and lobby the city council on things they will be voting on that will affect you, because that's what you can do, evidently. You can do it. Looks like our city council's open to that. But anyway, a lot of stuff coming up. I'm going to move on from that. If you haven't seen that meeting, watch it. I had to shut it off. I just had enough. When they kicked this down further and I realized, okay, so nothing's going to change. This is just going to keep going this way. But look, it's an election year. Pay attention. I've spoke to some candidates already, and I've got some cool interviews coming up. New ones this year, some new Lebanon, New York candidates. I was excited to have one of them reach out to me, and I'm excited to do that, to be able to help them out, get some exposure. And my friend Dan Barber, who's running for town council in Clayton, North Carolina, I want to interview him. It's interesting to hear from other communities' perspective. And then here I have Mike Grady. I've talked to him for Ward 5, so Mike will be coming on. Mike is like a candidate running for Ward 5, running against Councilor Cavey. Karen Kalinowski, who is running again at large. Karen will be coming on. And I've talked to Walt Powell. I'll be sending Walter a message here in the next day or two, and I'm going to have invite Walt to come on and talk about his platform. Walter is running in Ward 6, and I've known Walt for 35, 40 years. It seems that way anyway. I forget how old I am, but since I was a little kid, and Walter is a former Pittsfield police officer and a West Side guy. And it's exciting to see him running for Ward 6. So, and there's a few other people. I think Kathy Moody messaged me. There's a few that I'll be getting in touch with. So I will be doing some interviews coming up. I'm going to reach out to some school committee people also and see what's going on there. October is the month to really push that. You go more than a month of pushing this too heavy with the candidates, you'll burn people out. But the month of October will be dedicated to this. So, all right, that is it for now. Pay attention, get involved. You're only going to get out of something what you put into it. So if you have a candidate you like, give them a little bit of your time, a couple hours. That's all they're asking for. Hold a sign, host a sign, go to an event, show up at a city council meeting. Get involved. Write it down. Say, I will give 4 hours of my time once a year. It can't be that hard. Don't be just shocked when your tax bills show up, when your water and sewer shows up, and then you go, wait, they're getting raises again over there? Don't be shocked when you get hit with all that. Pay attention. Get involved. It's so important. All right. That's it for now. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I'll catch you all in the next day or two.